Hi everyone, and happy Saturday. So this will obviously be a flip through, not Friday. Um, the week went kind of wonky there towards the end. I had to drop everything pretty much and take Oreo into the vet Thursday because he was hopping in and out of the litter box. Nothing was happening, and he was throwing up. So I assumed he had a blockage. He does not have a blockage. I couldn't really find anything to explain why he was doing it, but when I went to get him yesterday and brought him home, he hasn't done it since. So we're going to chalk it up to hopefully constipation. And yeah, I'll just talk about that more in the coloring chat. No sense in going into a lot of detail here because as I know, we're all here for the coloring books. So yeah, my video schedule's gone a little crazy this week. Today, probably, no, there's not going to be a live stream today unless I just get a wild hair today or tomorrow and decide to do a live stream. I really don't think that's going to happen. We're going to do this today. I'll post a coloring chat probably tomorrow. I'm going to move the roundups. I was going to move them to Monday anyway, and this is a good week to do that, to try to space out my videos a little more. So we'll just go that route, and then hopefully another coloring chat. I don't know, maybe Thursday, because my Tuesdays and Wednesdays here lately just seem to be all kinds of booked. So anyway, I got 2 in the mail this week. The other 3 I've had for a while. I just haven't had a chance to work them into the flip-throughs because just I've been doing other books based on themes and things like that. Scamper, are you going to come over here and say hi? Everybody likes meow. Oh, yeah. So she is protesting when why is your tail wet? That is the eternal question in this house of why is your tail wet? Because I let the water in the bathtub trickle, my assumption is a lot of it is tub water. But we hope most of it's tub water. You gonna say hi, Scamper? Meow. Meow. Maggie's in there howling for some reason. I think I just heard Annie. So this is Scamper, who, she was all over the place. Not 30 seconds ago, she was all over this desk. All over it. And then when I was like, I'm going to start recording and at least she'll be here and we'll do a cat cameo. Now all of a sudden she's like, I'm not doing this. What's got your eye? What are you staring at? Oh, good God. I should have known. Leroy blew through that window like he was literally going to explode. There should have been explosions behind him when he ran through that window. Anyway, alright, let's get to the actual coloring books. We're 3.5 minutes in. I tried to pick a mix, like I said. These 2 are Jade Summers. They're pretty new releases, and the rest of them are just kind of a mix of books I've got recently. So, let's get started. This is the Halloween coloring book by Jade Summer. This was just released in the last few weeks. I saw it, I think it was new release, not this week, but the week before. And of course, with Halloween coming up, wanted to get some I need more Halloween themed books, but I got another one. Jade Summer books. They're they're all the same setup, like an 8.5 by 11. They are actually a little bit taller and wider than your basic Creative Haven books. In size, they are single paged, not perforated. The pages do have a black backing, and it is Amazon printed paper. So, we're going to pop in. Actually, I'll show you the back cover real quick so you can see a couple of those as well. These do not look to be like super complicated pictures, but they do look super cute. And of course, we have cats. And we know how things go when there are cats in coloring books and me. I was about to start singing We Go Together, And then I thought, I do not need to be subjecting anybody to my singing today. Singing is something I need to talk about in the coloring chat at some point. Anyway, copyright Fritz and Publishing. Jade Summer is registered, and it's an imprint owned by Fritz and Publishing. It's a team of independent artists. So Jade Summer is not the actual artist of these, in case you were wondering. One thing I wish Jade Summer would do, some of their books have 25 images and then 2 copies of each image, and some of their books have 50 unique images. I wish they would label on the book. They do in the descriptions on Amazon, but I wish they would label somewhere on the book, like on the back or something, so that you could tell at a glance which one it's going to be. I believe this one is 25 unique images, if I'm not mistaken. I believe. So, as you can see, there is a black backing. This one's cute. I just love the random little... I guess that could be an octopus with teeth, but who knows what the other things are supposed to be. I mean, obviously these are pumpkins and flowers. I'm talking about these little monsters. Anyway, if you use markers on this, you can kind of see the black backing as the paper gets wet, but when it dries, it'll dry white, so you won't see that black backing. Spooky mandala. October is usually, October and Halloween related images is usually a really, like, I really get into coloring those. And in fact, I'd like to start them early here in September. So you will probably see at least one of these colored. I really like this one. I like them all. To me, these have, like, they're not overly complicated images, but it's something I could sit down and color in one sitting. If I wanted to, I could do, you know, like a Neocolor background or do a pattern background with them. I could come in and do some Prismacolor shading, or Prismacolor, any color pencil shading on top of marker, to add a little more depth to it. These are just, I think, what I would call well-rounded images, I feel like. Very cute pictures. I enjoyed this one quite a lot. Yeah, speaking of Halloween, I guess I'm going to need to do some Halloween book flip-throughs. That may be what I do my next flip-through Friday, as, of course, not covering the books that I've, like, I won't flip through this one again, but I've got a couple really good ones that I'm excited to be coloring in again. It's hard for me to get in the mood to color in Halloween when it's not actually around Halloween, so. Kitties! Okay, so these are 25 unique images, and then you start with the next batch of them, which is nice, because like I said, if you mess something up, I have a bad habit of either using a blotter. I would recommend using a blotter page behind these. I have a bad habit of either the blotter page sliding and me getting marker on the page behind, or it somehow coming off the blotter page if I've used it before onto this. So having the duplicate images for me isn't necessarily a bad thing. Though, who was it? Was it Anne? Somebody suggested, and I think it might have been Anne from A Colorful Life, it would be really cool if they could do the first 25 images just the normal images, and then the other 25 like the grayscale version. And that would be pretty darn cool. I like that idea as well, because if you have a book and then later on they put out a grayscale version, it kind of feels silly to have both books, you know? At least for me, it does. So, because if I'm going to color in it, I'll probably color in the grayscale one. So, this is their autumn adult coloring book. And then here's some more images on the back. And you might have a few little, well, kind of Halloween-y image. I want to see something. It's a little similar to the one on the Halloween book, but not exactly the same. So. Here we go with this one. There is the front cover. It's a kitty and it's a pumpkin. These autumn ones, y'all, these Halloween ones are really throwing me for a loop, because let me tell you, this past, was it this week? No, the previous week, 95, we were hitting 100, good gracious, you really hear that southern twang come in right there. We were hitting 100, all close to 100 some days, definitely breaking it in the heat index. I like this one so much, so cute. And this week ain't been a lot better. We've been in the 90s all week. I thought we were about to hit a cool down. See, you've got some Halloween images in this. So if you want some Halloween pictures, but you don't want just the entire book, the autumn book might be a good choice if you want some fall pictures, just regular fall pictures, along with a couple of Halloween ones. So, but the last couple days it's been warm, but like yesterday we actually had a nice breeze coming through, which was the first nice breeze that hasn't been like a thunderstorm we've had in a long time. And so I thought, oh hey, finally the pressure's changing. And then of course I start getting a sinus headache when that happened, and then now it's just hot again. I haven't looked at the weather next week. They had said there might be a cool down, and then they're forecasting like 90s again for the first week of October. So we are full on in what I am calling fake fall around here. So it is kind of hard. It's hard to get into the whole fall pumpkin cooler weather Halloween mentality when it's still like 95 degrees and miserable outside. At least for me, it is. So, bit of a bummer. That's one of the reasons I haven't really got into any of my autumn Halloween type books yet. This was the picture I really liked. It's probably going to be the first one I do in here. It's just adorable. No rain. Oh my gosh, we're under a burn ban now because we haven't had rain. I don't think we've had any rain since even Dorian didn't really bring us any rain. It was like a pop-up thunderstorm, I think, that week. And then that was it. Little fox, he's so cute. And then we start back over. So these are 25, again, unique images, and then you get a copy of the images again. And I didn't show this in the other book, but I will show it here. The very back of the book, you do get where you can leave your reviews, join their email list, their ever-increasing list of coloring books right here, if you want a little checklist. And that is their autumn book. Both of them really cute books. Jade Summer knows how to draw me in. We'll go quiet a few weeks, and then they'll put out like a cute animals, and of course there'll be cats involved, and they'll put out these little themed books like this, and then we're best buds again. I don't buy every new Jade Summer book that comes out. If I did that, I mean, I have not shown y'all my coloring book collection, and it would just be yikes on a whole nother, it's already yikes, but it'd be yikes on a whole nother level if I bought every single Jade Summer book. But I buy a lot of them. A lot of them. I buy a lot of them, and I have digital copies of others, so we ain't even, I think I showed y'all my Jade Summer collection at the end of this year, and let me tell you, that's grown, or at the end of the previous year for Jade in January, and let me tell you, that's grown. That collection has grown. Sherri Baldy. This is actually the very first Sherri Baldy book I ordered. I just, it got stuck away in the stack, and so we covered her other book. book or books, I can't remember, before this one, but this was actually the very first one I ordered because, hello, cat lovers. So, Sherri, Baldy, my besties, cat lovers coloring book. This is what the back looks like. 50 coloring pages, 25 images, 2 of each image. So there's that. This is also on Amazon printed paper. It's a basic 8.5-ish by 11-ish coloring book. Actually, put it up against the Jade Summer one. It's pretty much flush. Yeah, about the same size. Open it up. You get some information on Miss Sherri Baldy, and some different information. Her shop is down here at the bottom, mybestiesshop.com. And again, her books are on Amazon printed paper, and they are available on Amazon as well. So, of course, I saw this, and I was just like, oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, please. Kitties, kitties everywhere. Kitties and flowers. I love how peaceful all these cats look amongst these flowers. My cats would be eating them. They're all sitting there, all adorable. Now these, as you can see, both images are together. So instead of like Jade Summer where you have one set of images and then the duplicates, you get them side by side on here. So see, like all these cats are these adorable looking cats against like these little goldfish and these flowers, and mine would be eating the fish and eating the flowers. I can't keep, there's no live plants in the house. None whatsoever. This one's so cute. The little bow and then the little bubbles. They're all cute. I don't know why I keep saying that. I see cats and I get reduced to just like blathering about, using about 3 different adjectives. Cute, adorable, and and just, you know, like how some people get with babies. And sadly, I'm not that kind of person, which is probably one of the many reasons why I don't have kids. But I know some people, like, when they see babies, they just, you know, you pretty much drop about 100 IQ points. And that's me and cats. So, me and puppies, too. Anything small and cute. Babies do get an awe for me, but I don't think I quite break down to the whole baby talk them like I would a cat. And I know that sounds bizarre, but, you know. The little kitty mermaid. Very cute. Melissa. Is it Melissa? Oh gosh, I hope it's Melissa. I'm not messing that up. Never mind. We're not going to say, I'm not going to talk about it, but I believe that was right. But we'll talk about that in the coloring chat. There's something in particular I want to call out regarding Amazon printed paper, but I want to make sure I get names right and stuff, and I don't want to misspeak on anything. So, oh, my bookworm kitty. Cats and books. That's cats and books and cheeseburgers. If I needed a more complicated YouTube name, I should totally add like books and cheeseburgers to it. So color chats, cats, books, and cheeseburgers. Y'all think it's complicated now. Let's do that. Like the little spots on the ears. And here's another Halloween kitty who's got a mask on, but what looks also like a wizard hat, so I'm not really sure what the cat's trying to be. Oh, you got a Christmas one too. So if you like having some holiday themed pictures, but you don't want like a whole book devoted to them, this is a good book. This gives you a variety of images. Oh, this is a pretty one with the little pearls. Again, my cats would be eating the ribbons. My cats have an issue with eating a lot of stuff. We're all like, oh, how cute. This cat's here doing this, and this cat's here doing that. And I'm sitting here going, my cat would be eating that. And my cat would be eating that too. And that, and that. I guess, like, you'd think I don't feed them enough. I don't know. They're really bad about wanting to eat things they're not supposed to. So we have to make sure the house is good and cat-proofed. I tell you what, on some of the areas they get to lay in this house, it's like the pillows are stacked and they are living their best life, more comfortable than I am. Right, a little more about Sherri Baldy and her shops, her Etsy shop, blog, all that information here. And there is the Cat Lovers Coloring Book. Now this one had been recommended to me, and I, of course, in my infinite wisdom, did not go back to get the name of who recommended this one to me, because it's been a while, and I ordered this one right after they recommended it. I think it was in a live stream. And then, like I said, it's been sitting on the shelf as other things have went in front of it. And this is the Big Cat Rescue Mandala Adult Coloring Book. The illustrations are donated by Cindy Arthur. This is published by Big Cat Rescue, and proceeds actually go towards Big Cat Rescue on this. So when you do order the book, I'm sure there's a certain amount for in terms of actually being able to print, cost for printing, but any proceeds from that actually go towards Big Cat Rescue, which I am totally down for, donating a couple bucks or whatever like that. So anyway, like I said, this one had been recommended to me, and here's the back of it. It talks a little bit about Big Cat Rescue and what they do. They're dedicated entirely to abused and abandoned big cats and focused on ending the trade of them as pets, props, and parts. And it began in 1992, talks about the different species of wildcats that they have, their websites. It's a beautiful book. It really is. I was impressed with the quality of this book. I'm not sure what type of paper it is. Oh, yeah. And as for size, it is, I think, a little bit smaller. So we'll do with a creative. No, actually, it seems to be about the same size as a Creative Haven book. So roughly 8.5 by 11. I don't know why I thought it was a little bit smaller. This book is dedicated to all big cats past and present, and to all our wonderful supporters that make these rescues possible. It says learn about all our cats at bigcatrescue.org. Has the different websites, different ways you can shop and donate and support. You can actually select Big Cats Rescue as your Amazon Smile. So Amazon Smile is, if you shop at smile.amazon.com and you designate a charity, then when you purchase eligible items, they'll donate 0.5% of your purchase to that organization. Mine's set at a local food bank. I try not to include that one in the links because I know that's going to throw some people off. I try to always shop at that so that the food bank gets gets that part of that purchase. But you can also do that with a Big Cat Rescue. So my assumption is that these are some of their cats, and these are, of course, their names and such. This is pretty thick paper. It's kind of got a little bit of a glossy look to it. It feels like smooth paper. I feel like markers or maybe softer colored pencils would do well with these. Oh, there we go. Reese. I love those ears. I love them. This is one of the ones that, Nabisco. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of Annie almost. That picture. This book is gorgeous, and I feel a little intimidated by it. The mandala parts aren't a problem. It's just these beautiful drawings that really intimidate me. Like, I just don't know if I can do them justice. That is a smug look. That is some smugness. It's good to know the big cats have the same smugness as the smaller cats, so... Oh my gosh. It's just gorgeous. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a little bit of gloss on the paper, and like I said, it feels like a pretty smooth paper. Like, gel pens and markers would do really well with this. And then, like I said, I would probably want to do markers and gel pens like on the mandalas, and then maybe actually tackle the cat itself with colored pencils. Oh, that's beautiful. So pretty. Oh, look at that attitude. I love it. I love it. That wink. I'm gonna have to turn my fan on. It is fake fall still here. Cheetaro? I don't know how you pronounce that. Look at my eyes, though. Those are those look at poor pitiful me eyes. Mrs. Claus. That's kind of awesome. I can't believe I hadn't thought of that as a cat name. That is... He must be watching something. Like, that's... You could color those eyes like he is zeroed in to something. And he is about to stalk it. And that one, too. Chaos. Boy, talk about fitting name for a cat. Big or small. Oh, I love those little tufts off those ears. So pretty. It's trying to flip on me, so I'm having to try to hold it down. I haven't completely broke the spine in on this one yet. These are one-sided, as you've noticed, and I believe they are perforated pages, so... Aww. Again, my cats would be eating them. Those two look like they are just done. Like... He looks... A lot of these names seem very appropriate based on just how the cats look. I mean... That looked like a King Tut. He had that attitude about him, didn't he? Too pretty. There's another one, it's just done. Jumanji. Oh, I love it. Oh, those eyes are gorgeous. The drawings are beautiful. They really are. This one seems like maybe the derpy one of the two, and this one's just over here like, again, Shiraka, I guess is how you pronounce it. Like, again. Whoa. I would not want to wake up to have that looking at me straight in the face. That would be a little unnerving, so. Alright, there's that one. Big Cat Rescue. Very cool. Unique little book. And one I know you guys have been seeing a lot of because it's a pretty recent release. This was one I did get on pre-order, and I should have flipped through when I got it, but I think it was just during the middle of a week, and it was really just, I couldn't do it. So I had to hold off. I figured with this one and the other one, I can't remember which one it was. Crap. These, I knew a lot of other people would be doing flip-throughs, so I wasn't as concerned that it was critical I get them out, because I knew these are pretty popular books, and I knew other people were doing flip-throughs, so. Finally, we are looking at the English release of this Hanna Karlzon book, Spirit Animals. It was previously released in, what language? I'm terrible. Anyway, and then it was released with the English version, back in August, I guess. I think that sounds about right. So, Hanna Karlzon books are hardback books, and they do have the name of the book on the spine and stuff. Man, I am really struggling with my words all of a sudden. If you compare them to a 8.5 by 11 coloring book, they are a little bit shorter, but they are a little bit wider. So keep that in mind. Not quite 8.5 by 11. They are a little bit shorter. So here is the back of the book. I'm not going to read all this. Spirit Animals is a whimsical series of portraits, with each spread featuring a woman interlaced with an animal with whom she shares a connection. So there's some gold foil a little bit there on the cover. Very nice. If you're looking for a smooth paper, high quality paper coloring book, the Hanna Karlzon books are, I would put those up there with in that category. Here's the title page and the printer. Copyright information. The Hanna Karlzon books are double-sided. The paper is more of a cream color paper. It's not white. Yeah, this is the English edition. So Swedish was the other way it was previously released, was the Swedish version. Goodness, y'all. Anyway, it's the nameplate page. And then we get into the actual book. And I have not colored in this book yet. I know. I love these books. Not gonna lie and say I am not intimidated by these. Here's a good one for Halloween, though. They're beautifully done. The paper is a nice thick paper. It's a smooth paper. Because they're double-sided, I would be cautious with really wet medium like alcohol markers, really juicy gel pens. If I were you, I would test maybe on, well, maybe not on that page, but maybe on this page. Test around this little ribbon here and this little bird, hummingbird, to see what bleeds through and what doesn't. I think I've seen people use Crayola super tips and like water-based markers, but again, I am not 100% sure. It's something I'm going to have to test myself in her books. So, but these would do well with markers, and just for the type of paper, they would do well with markers and probably your mid to softer colored pencils. Just the smoothness of the surface. Now these types of books are ones you guys don't see me color in on coloring chats or really anytime, mostly because I'm intimidated by them. A lot of times, if I'm leaning towards using my markers, obviously, especially with the Hannah Karlzon books, I try to avoid that because, again, bleed through. For these, I would need to be in probably a watercolor and colored pencil kind of mood to really not worry too much about bleed through. I've seen a number of people use watercolor and watercolor pencils on these with good results, but again, don't take my word for it. Test it yourself, because each brand could be different, and if one has a strong enough pigment and you put enough water to it, it could bleed through. So again, I don't want to sit there and promise anything. I know I tested, the Clara Markova paper feels similar, very similar. I know I've tested the paper in her books, but I don't believe I've fully tested a page yet in my Hannah Karlzon books, and I need to do that. These two pictures are really cute. John from the Bibliophile Colorist did a really good version of this one. Andy's, I have been working on that one, I think, with watercolor pencils, and it looks really cute too. I like both of those a lot. So you do get some 2-page spreads, really based on the description in the book. They're all kind of 2-page spreads for the most part, because it's a woman with an animal that she shares a connection with. So if you look at it like that, then really truly most of these are going to be 2-page spreads. But of course you could do them any way you like. You could do one a certain way and then the other a completely different way. I think this would be a great place to play with complementary colors. So with them being spirit animals and the connection and stuff, having like complementary colors from your color wheel or something would probably be a great way to have something unique on each page, but have them also connect. Oh, that one's cool. I like it. I'm seeing a black background on this one, y'all. Yep. Yepers. I've seen people use acrylic paint in these too and not have an issue, so. That one, these are cute. I like these. Though their eyes kind of have that look to it. Shoot, I'm trying to think of how to put it. Like, you know, when they used to talk about hypnotizing you and they do the little spirals. That's it, spirals. Guys, apparently I cannot word today. I cannot word today. I like this one with the rooster. This one's pretty darn cool too. Oh my gosh, do her feathers, like, just do this. Yeah, this one I love it when I go through these books and I see a page and I'm already starting to get ideas on it. She'd been perfect for yesterday. Yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day. I really wanted to do a related color and chat because I think I did one last year, or a live stream or something, and it wasn't going to happen. And I'm sad about that, but she would have been perfect for yesterday. Quite a few pages in this book as well. You get a lot of pictures for the price of this book. This is one I could just, if you're big on like steampunk type stuff, this would be a great set for you. You know what this one makes me think of? Rainbow Bright. Like, you could totally color her hair and totally color her like an adult Rainbow Bright. And, oh gosh, what is the name of her horse? Hey, I was such a big Rainbow Bright fan when I was a kid. You'd think I'd remember that. But anyway, coloring them like that, but like, you know, trying to do it as an adult version would be really cool. And here's me with my cats. If I'm gonna have a connection with an animal, I'm pretty sure mine's gonna be a cat. So here is the back of the book. You did get a blank black page, and then of course the cover is has black inside. Like I said, there's not really any test pages. The only page I could kind of consider a test page is that very first one. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is just, even if I have to mark it up a little bit, that's probably, I'm going to use that as a test page. So anyway, so we've kind of hit, like I said, I'm kind of digging doing the variety of books in these, just to, I like doing my theme ones, but I also like doing this to give you kind of a taste across the board between, you know, like your Amazon printed paper, which is probably considered more of a low quality paper, type book. I like being able to cover from those to, you know, your higher quality paper and stuff, and just everybody's looking for something different. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.